Man inherited his uncle's old truck, but what he found hidden underneath changed his life forever. 2 weeks after his uncle died, Mark joined his family at the notary. Everyone looked sad. No one was thinking about money. But when Mark heard his name, he was surprised. His uncle had left him the old truck in the barn. Mark had always liked that truck, but his uncle never let anyone near it. Mark was a carpenter, and his work van was breaking down, so this gift came at the right time. His aunt gave him the keys and said the truck meant a lot to her husband. Mark promised he would take care of it. But when Mark drove the truck, it felt strange. It was too heavy and rolled back on a small hill. He barely avoided crashing. He made it home and checked the truck, but nothing looked wrong. Then his aunt called, scared. Strangers were searching her property. She begged Mark to hide the truck. That was what they wanted. Mark moved it and looked under it, but what he found was shocking. There were hundreds of old matchboxes tightly packed together. At first he thought they were just for lighting fireplaces, but when he opened one, he saw something else inside. Something that made his hands shake. Instead of matches, the box held small gems, diamonds, rings, fancy jewelry. Mark opened more boxes. Each one had more valuables inside. Necklaces, earrings, gold. He could not believe what he was seeing. Why were these hidden under his uncle's truck? Mark didn't have any answers, so he called his aunt. They met at a small cafe nearby. She looked worried. Mark told her everything he found. Then his aunt shared a secret of her own. She said that over 20 years ago, 4 dangerous men showed up at the barn. They had just robbed a jewelry store. The police were chasing them and they needed to hide fast. They forced her husband, Mark's uncle, to hide their truck and stay quiet. They threatened to hurt him if he didn't help. So, out of fear, he agreed. He parked the truck in the barn and never touched it again. Now that he had passed away, the thieves somehow found out. They came back to get what they had hidden, but it was too late. Mark already knew their secret. Mark and his aunt went to the police. They brought the hidden jewelry and the old journal Mark's uncle had left behind. In it, he had written the full story. The police listened. They believed it. But they had a plan, and they needed Mark's help to catch the thieves. Mark agreed. For the next few days, he drove the truck around town slowly, making sure everyone could see it. Each night, he parked it back in the old barn. He waited. On the 3rd day it happened. The 4 thieves returned. They sneaked onto the property at night and went into the barn. Mark was hiding. So were the police. As soon as the men got close to the truck, officers jumped out. The thieves had no chance to run. They were arrested on the spot. Justice was finally served. Mark's uncle was no longer blamed. His name was cleared, and his aunt could sleep peacefully again.